We have not been down to the shop in a bit. The summer has been busy. We've been out doing some adventures, but we need to get back on the Chev, but we've also run into a couple of issues. One of the problems that we had was with the flywheel, or flex plate, or whatever you want to call it. We'd ordered one online. I don't think it was the best quality. We tried starting the car a few times, and let's just say it got chewed up by the starter. It was making some noise, so we figured we'd shim it. After we shimmed it, we ended up chewing it to pieces. You can see this guy right here. It's kind of a weird one because it didn't seem like it was working without the shim, and it definitely wasn't working with the shim. So we bit the bullet, ordered another one, and we're just getting ready to put it in. The other issue that we've run into too is the fact that the oil pressure was a little high, so the rear main seal popped out a bit, I guess. Is that the best thing to say? Yep. So Tim's under there now, having a look at that. We've also been playing around with the car, trying to get it started and running. And the one other issue that we ran into was, and this was my fault, it wouldn't stay going. And then I realized that I hadn't tightened down the battery clamps well enough. And because of that, it wasn't getting consistent enough power. So we have dealt with that issue. We were able to fire it up and get it running a little bit. And now we just need to fix these other problems before it runs for a while, or before we let it run for a while. So new battery down here. Dirty Tim right there.
Hello.
And then the other issue that we had was the battery that we were using was actually the battery out of one of the boats. It's got these side posts here, and we could not get our terminals on straight. So I'm going to replace that while Tim fools around with that seal in the back. And of course, the seal that we ordered, I can't really find right now. So we've kind of misplaced it somewhere. We came down yesterday with the best of intentions and forgot everything. One of the things we forgot was the rear main seal. So here it is. And the rear main seal installer is inspecting things over there.
Shameless plug here. These, I don't know, hold on, I'll turn the light off so it's not just in the camera. This little, I don't know if you can see it, it's pretty dark now, you won't be able to see it. Anyway, this Milwaukee light is just one of the best. It literally fits everywhere and just, it's magnetic. Old seal out.
So what do we figure happened down here?
I thought these seals don't take a ton to get in. They're not like other ones. So I put a little bit of assembly lube on it to get it in before I put it in, thinking it was going to be harder to put in. And that little bit of assembly lube basically lubed it up enough that it just popped right off. Now this is going to do the opposite. It's going to be a nightmare to ever get this out again, but I'm just putting a very tiny bit of RTV on some of these ridges, just enough to hold it in.
Is that a textbook thing to do, or are people going to say, you guys are crazy for doing
Oh,
that?
people will say we're crazy for doing it. It has nothing to do with textbooks at all.
All done.
Yeah, well, yes and no. I've got to push it in just to make sure it's seated all the way around. This one is, you know what though? It is a lot tighter.
Oh yeah?
Yep.
The other one was loose.
Yeah, oh yeah, it wasn't like this. That looks flush all around, no ridge. Yep, we good. You know what a lot of people say to use on these is Loctite.
Really?
Yeah, I was talking to Brent about it, and he's like, yep, Loctite is the way to go.
Since getting the new battery for the back, I just don't think it works very well with the plastic battery box that we had in there before. As you can see, this guy sits too low now. It's a pain to lift it up and in. So I've been thinking what I'm gonna do is probably just get a battery tray for it. But thanks to hoarding, I'm gonna try a different route before I actually hop online and buy something, and that is to repurpose this. Now, some of you who watched some earlier episodes will probably remember seeing this from when we were doing a cleanup at our parents' place. It was in the trailer to be junked. Might as well keep this.
Yeah?
Yep, you never know, we might need that too. I'm just gonna cut this off. Probably cut these guys off, and then I'll mount it from the bottom. It's even got the hold down, a rusty hold down, but one nonetheless. Oh, and one last thing too, we do have to do an oil change. We did have some break-in oil. Not sure if the engine is completely broken in, but we were having an oil pressure issue. It was pretty high. Tim was thinking that one of the problems is the fact that in a break-in oil is a lot heavier and thicker, and maybe we should just change it out. Probably got it kind of moved around and got stuff lubricated as much as it needs to be. So got this guy kicking here. So I'll start with the simplest first, which I hope is this, and then I'll move on to the rest. Still in rough form, but I managed to reuse all of the pieces. It's not going anywhere. All the original stuff, the clip is still in the back there. So what's left for me to do is just to make some adjustments to my cables because they're a little bit too long, especially the positive. I think there's a lot of stress sitting on here. So I'll just snip it up and then get it closer and we're good. Let's do a quick recap. We had to change the oil, we had to change the rear main seal, and I made a battery bracket, battery hold down, a better thing than what we've got. And so that means that now we're at the point that we can start the car again and see what it does. Tim is just going to tighten the flywheel up so it doesn't go flying off. I did kind of mess up the yoke on the rear end. I've ordered a new one. I'm going to install that guy.
I just think that's, after it's been on since the 70s, how it kind of comes off.
We'll see if we can get it started again and running long enough to learn. Now, what were you saying? Oh, and we repositioned the O2 sensor, right?
Yes, we did. Because it was in a single tube of one of the headers before. Now it is a little beyond the header. Well, where the collector would be, but we're still not going to get a great result, but we'll get us something.
Got my fancy hat on today. Sunny out, hot today. Didn't want to burn my ears. Okay, let's see how this thing goes. Okay?
Yep. Okay, that's a different oil leak.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yes, because it's not sprayed all over the place. It's just a drip out of something that just needs to be tightened.
All right, so opinion?
Good. Says it's running lean, but I just don't know. I don't know. Wasn't learning this time.
We'll have to look at the instructions.
Yeah, and just see what that is. It said closed loop, so I don't know if that means the O2 sensor isn't reading properly or what.
But we never got that proper O2 sensor reading on the screen before.
No.
So, all right, well, that's good. And you said the oil is not leaking from the seal, but it's kind of dripping.
There's a drip from somewhere, but we'll figure that out.
That's an easy one. We hope. But yes, fingers crossed. Now, I did spill some oil on here when I was changing, because smoking here, right? I don't know if I would have thought it would have probably just all...
No, that was a drip. We'll get it figured out.
I wonder if it's the... Well, one step closer, folks. We're going to keep picking away at things, and at some point in time, we're going to get this thing rolling out of the garage. In the meantime, I'm going to change that rear seal in the differential, put the yoke back on, get some fluid in there, and get ready to start moving. Fingers crossed on that one. Have a good one.